Just saw it now. It's funny because my
Dale Pearson did originally.
Dale, okay, yeah. So my daughter works there and she showed me the invitation. She's going. And I said, oh, I didn't get invited. I'm like, I was invited a couple years ago. I didn't check my email. And she's like, are you gonna go? Because now, she took her, bringing her boyfriend as a date and she's gonna be hanging out with all her friends. She's like, you're not coming to the Christmas party, are you, Mom?
How old is she?
She's 18.
Yeah.
She's a lifeguard at the
Right.
resort.
That's maybe true.
Call the meeting to order.
Yep.
Will the clerk please read the meeting statement?
Adequate notice of this regular meeting was provided to the public. Was posted at the municipal building according with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-7.
Thank you. Would you please all rise and join me for our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Barry,
Here.
member Ethan,
Present.
Here.
for Sparta,
Present.
President Rizzuto.
Here. Delighted this evening to have a number of very positive and very wonderful presentations to be made. We have a number of our finest to be sworn in and recognized for meritorious action. So at this point, I'd like to turn this over to the chief of police. Chief Young.
Thank you, Captain President Rizzuto. Good evening, everyone. As always, it's a pleasure for us to come here in front of the community and have some of our officers here. This summer, we had one of our sergeants retired in early August, and with the retirement comes a promotion and also comes a new hire. So we're excited tonight to swear in one of our newest officers who just graduated the academy. I'd like to ask Officer Robert Bauman to please step forward. Parents here?
Yes, sir.
You guys like to come forward? Stand with him. Officer Bauman was born and raised in Sussex County. He was raised in Vernon Township, I'm sorry. Graduated Vernon High School. He went on to get his associate's degree at Sussex County Community College. He was hired as a part-time public safety telecommunicator with the Vernon Police Department in April of 2024. And right after that, he was accepted by the Morris County Police Academy into their alternate route program in July of 24. So we quickly swept in and we scooped him up. And he graduated on November 27th. And he's currently assigned to the patrol division in the field training program.
Well, one of the things I remember meeting you in a hallway, I think you were just starting to dispatch, right?
Yes, sir.
You were applying. And one of the first things when I met him, I says, me, you could just see. And I don't mean to call him a kid, so I do apologize. I'm getting old, but as you get older, they tend to younger and younger. And I said, wow, this is awesome on how much public service, and interest you have into this field. So so thank you for signing on. And I'll read your oath in a second, but I just want to say, may God bless you and protect you and shield you throughout your police.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's have Mom. Correct. Hold the Bible for him.
Okay. So Mama, hold the Bible. You hold up your right, put your hand on the Bible. Your left hand on the Bible, right hand up. Okay, just repeat after me. I, Robert Bauman,
I, Robert Bauman,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the
Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear
and I will bear
true faith
true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further
I do further
solemnly affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will
that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
as a police officer
as a police officer
of the Vernon Township Police Department
of the Vernon Township Police Department,
according
according
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, guys, at the end of the service, we'll actually want to take a recess. So we want to, you guys want to take pictures or anything like that, be more than happy to.
Next, I'd like to call up Sergeant Harry Russo. If she, I'm sure she's here. There she is.
Oh, maybe.
Sergeant Russo was raised in Bergen County and he graduated from Little Ferry High School. Upon graduation, he enlisted in the U.S. Army and he attended basic training at Fort Sill in Lawton, Oklahoma. After basic training, he was stationed in Germany for 2 years. And then he returned stateside. He completed his service and received an honorable discharge in 1994 and moved back to Bergen County. In 2000, Sergeant Russo moved to Vernon Township. And in 2003, he was hired by the Vernon Township Police Department and attended the Morris County Police Academy. Upon graduation of the Police Academy, he also completed his 3-month field training program at Vernon Police Department and was assigned to the Patrol Division. Sergeant Russo has now served 20 years in our Patrol Division, and one of his assignments include all the purchasing and restocking of all our medical supplies for the Police Department. He's promoted to the rank of sergeant, and he is assigned to manage one of our patrol squads. Congratulations, Alan.
Harry, I've known Harry for quite some time and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your service to our country and to our community. Katie. Last time. That's okay. Yeah, I get to read it now. No, I will do. I, Harry A. Russo Jr.,
Harry A. Russo Jr.
do solemnly affirm
Do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of
that
the
I will
United States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further
I do further
solemnly affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
as a sergeant
as
of
a
the
sergeant
of the Vernon Township Police Department
of the Vernon Township Police Department,
according
according
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
One of the things that I've talked about it in the past, is that what I expect, from the police department is respect to our community. and, to support and to follow the Constitution. And it's, you guys have my unwavering, support, at my office. Again, do your job. Don't worry about anything else. Do your job. That's all I ever ask. Don't worry about the administration part of it. I don't want to step on your toes, chief, in any way, but you're out there doing such a dangerous job. Focus on your job. That's all that you should focus on and care about. So, thank you guys again for everything and for the service that you provide to our town. So, thank you.
Thank you. We have one police department award tonight. I would like to recognize Officer Abigail. Actually, in connection with that, the mayor has a civilian award for Mr. Ortiz here this evening. Would like to step forward also. Well, in the afternoon of September 16th, on Canister Road near the intersection of Alturas Road, we had a serious motor vehicle accident involving a motorcycle versus car. And Mr. Ortiz came out, rendered aid to one of the motorcycle occupants that was ejected. He made a makeshift tourniquet out of rope. And subsequently, Officer Lenz was the first to arrive on scene. When she arrived on scene, she took our police issued tourniquet and she put that on the gentleman's leg. So I'm happy to report, as recent as last week, we learned that his leg was reattached. Appears to be taking back. So that's a good sign. So we're especially proud of the work and obviously of a resident come to a gentleman's aid on the side of the road. That potentially sounds like they saved his life. So congratulations on that. I'd like to present Officer Lenz with a life-saving medal certificate. You can wear it. Thank you.
Well, we're not done with you yet. So,
No.
so is, I know we can't provide you with a nice, award like that, but it's important to know the appreciation we have upstairs as well. So I just have the certificate of appreciation, recognition of your life-saving actions on September 16th, 2024, when initiating emergency medical services to a victim of a motor vehicle crash and with life-threatening injuries. Vernon Township commends Officer Abigail Lenz for utilizing her police training and knowledge to save a life. So it's just for you. Now, part of that same accident, as the chief was explaining, it's from time to time, I talk about the heroes for our police and our fire department, the heroes of our DPW who clear the roads and debris and plow those roads for us. It's not often that we actually have civilians that are not in the emergency services actually do these acts of kindness and being, a true hero. So one of the things I did speak with Sergeant Russo about was, I guess, upon the scene, they didn't know that this woman was in the ditch, and I guess you were there with her. So you being there was, probably, again, I think it saved her life. Because she was pretty deep in there and you applying that tourniquet. So again, thank you. Again, in recognition of life-saving actions on September 16, 2024, when initiating emergency medical services to victims of a motor vehicle crash with life-threatening injuries, Vernon Township commends Mr. Ortiz for the willingness and exceptional actions to save the victims' lives during the serious incident. So Vernon Township thanks you very much for your actions.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So, going forward, there's been another, bicycle accident, that happened on October 12th, 2024. Again, like I said, it's the acts of people who are not in emergency services who've come to the rescue, of a minor, of an individual, and helped him and applied medical attention to him until emergency services has came and was able to, I believe, airlift the gentleman out of there. So it's again not every day that we find people outside emergency services that are running to the needs of the people. So it's awesome to see that we have people in our community that steps up to things like this. So I want to call up Candace Leitner. As Sergeant Russo wrote up this recommendation for a civilian award. And I wonder, every one of them is actually a little different to what they've done during this situation. So it wouldn't be fair if I just read off that she helped someone in a motorcycle, in a bicycle accident, but I want to just touch base a little bit on what she's done. For aiding the Vernon Police Department at the scene of a serious bicycle accident, Ms. Littner assisted Mr. Mackesy in attempting to control the bleeding on the juvenile male's leg injury. After the juvenile fell to the ground, impaled by the bicycle handlebars in the groin area. Ms. Littner was able to assist in controlling the bleeding on the juvenile. Ms. Littner was able to contact her cousin, Tiffany Burrows, a critical care nurse, to come to the scene and assist in controlling the bleeding. Ms. Littner was assisted by her friend, Robert Neeson. I believe that the quick thinking and decisive actions of Ms. Littner helped save the juvenile male's life that day. Thank you very much. If you don't mind, just hanging here for a second. So I do apologize. I won't have them in the order of the emergency event that it happened. So I also like to have Robert Neeson. Is he here? He's not here today? Okay. Mr. Neeson was able to assist by bringing the medical supply bag from his vehicle to use the medical supplies to control the bleeding. I believe that the quick thinking and decisive actions from Mr. Neeson helped save the juvenile's male lives that day. So we'll have our certificate of appreciation for him. We'll either send it out to him or we will, he can come in the office and pick it up. And I want to just thank Sergeant Russo for taking the time to actually write these up. I think it's important to recognize when people do these acts of services. So it means a lot to know that we have a great amount of people out there doing that. Do we have Jennifer Mackesy? Jenna Mackesy? Jenna is being recommended for a civilian award for aiding the Vernon Township Police Department at the scene of the serious bicycle accident. Ms. Mackesy was on the scene that helped to assist Mr. McAsee. Is he here too?
My brother.
Okay, sir, would you mind coming up? Also helped Ms. Burrows and Mr. Neeson and Ms. Littner while they attempted to control the bleeding on the juvenile's leg injury after the juvenile fell to the ground and was impaled by the bicycle through his handlebars. Miss McAtee was able to assist by supplying ice packs and medical supplies to the others on scene while they attempted to control the bleeding on the juvenile. I believe that the quick thinking and assistance provided by Miss McAtee helped save the the juvenile male's life that day. So thank you very much. Thank you. Tyler, Tiffany, Tiffany?
She's the one.
Yeah, she's,
There she
she's
is.
the.
Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany Burrows is being awarded for aiding the Vernon Township Police Department at the scene of the bicycle accident. This is obviously the same incident that we're all talking about, that the juvenile with the bicycle and handlebars to the groin area. Burrows was able to assist by applying direct pressure to the upper leg and groin area of the juvenile to control the bleeding. I believe that the quick thinking and decisive actions of Ms. Burrows helped save the juvenile male's life in that day. So. I have someone here that I think would like to say thank you. Dominic? Juvenile male that needed assistance and thank you to you guys for helping out and saving this young man's life.
It looks okay.
I've known Dominic for years and I really didn't put the two and two together at the time when this happened, but glad to see you around. And are you riding bikes anymore or you gave that up? Yeah. Anyway, would you like to? I'd like to thank you guys for saving my life and letting me see my 15th birthday. I'm forever in your debt. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
you just have them stand here so the people at home can actually see who they are?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on. Facebook Live.
You're on, oh, really? Wait, then you're on.
You look very-
Who's at home? Here's the dream team.
Citizen Burrows.
Come on, Dom.
Yeah. Can you grab a picture?
There
Yep.
Go.
All right.
Excuse me, can you hold that and we'll have the council stand behind you?
Oh,
Okay.
standing up. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I have just one other thing. There's one individual I like to thank. He's not here today. He's been super supportive of Vernon Township. He's been super supportive. Lot, yeah, I think it's $500 a month he donates to our animal control. He's donated to our town facelift project. And one of the latest donations that he's given is some ballistic shields to the Vernon Police Department. And one of the things that
Nice.
I hope we never have to use.
Mhm.
But one of the things that when I was doing the budget, last year's budget with,
Nice to have.
and to know that, you know, it's unfortunate that we've come to a time when we may need that at some point. And to know that there's another layer of protection for our officers so that they can go home at night, it was a no-brainer. And I want to thank Noel Albert for his, I believe he purchased 2 shields. I mean, these things are, I think there was almost $10,000 in shields. Okay, they're very, very expensive. And again, thank you, Noel. I know he's watching. I don't think he's here though. I don't think he could make it. Noel Albert, thank you again for your continuous donations and love for this town. So thanks again. I appreciate it. So thank you.
You know.
I think he's 50 light.
That's light.
Too pushing the pen.
You don't work out like.
To get back to the gym, yeah, this thing is heavy. You guys all, yeah, good luck. All right.
Anyway, we'd like to thank everybody for this opportunity and for coming out tonight, obviously, not only for our civilian awards, but obviously for the recognition of our officers. We continue to thank the council and the mayor for your continued support of our mission and providing safety to the community and also for the recognition. So thank you very much.
Well, recess the meeting for 10, 15 minutes for pictures and general merriment. And
Thank you.
meeting is recessed. Mayor, may we have your comments?
Good evening, Council President. So we just had our I don't have much in comments other than this week we had our quiet time with Santa, which was very successful, along with the holiday tree lighting, which seems to be growing bigger and bigger every year. So I was happy to be part of that. I actually met Miss Vernon, who's going to be she's going into boot camp for the Army in January. But it was interesting that today I actually found I was signing a blue light authorization paperwork for her as well. And it comes to find out she's on our emergency services medical team as well. And one of the things she did tell me, she was actually going to be a combat vet, a medical combat vet. So that's one of the areas that she wants to do when she gets in there. So she will continue that emergency services during her, I guess, her time off and so on and so forth. So it was a large crowd. I don't know how many people actually attended, but it was a good crowd of people. It turns out it's getting bigger and bigger every year. Tomorrow we actually have the senior holiday party, Casabianca. So I'll be there with the seniors, and they will nominate, I guess, Senior of the Year award as well. And this Operation Toy Train, which is on Saturday, December 14th. It's at 4:00. So you don't want to miss that. That's a really nice event. And then followed by that is the celebration of lights, December 26th. So that's kind of all I have. This is our last meeting until until the reorg meeting in January 15th. I think from now until then, I do have a list of accomplishments that I've done with the administration that I'll be releasing. Maybe we'll have another little Q&A with that. But also in February sometime, I think maybe towards the end of February, I will host a State of the Township address. And we'll go over the accomplishments of the entire town and where we are from a financial perspective. And so looking forward to that. And that's it. So I just wish everyone a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. So January 15th will be our reorg, and it'll be 1 year that I'll be. It seems like it's only been a few weeks, so time is gone pretty fast. And I want to thank all the staff who's worked with me today, got behind me, supported me. One of the things that everyone knows that I'm not have all this government experience, but one of the things I said is, I always said, I'm just going to go forward. You just tell me when I can. And we've been doing that. We've got a lot of stuff done. So, but that is because of the relationship I have with the council. I have a phenomenal staff. Without the staff, you can't get nothing done. So, so thank you again, everybody, for all of your hard work and support. And Happy New Year. We'll see you on the 15th. So then I'll turn it back over to you,
Thank you, Mayor.
President.
This time I'd like to open up the floor for public comment. May I have a motion?
Move.
Moved by Mr.
Second.
Sparta, seconded by Mrs. Bucieri. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Floor is open for comment on agenda items only. Limited to 3 minutes. Anyone wishing to come forward? Seeing no one coming forward, may I have a motion to close the floor to the public? By Mr. Higgins, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Benedetto. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All members have received copies of the bill list. Do you have any questions or comments on this?
I had a question. Text 62841, two-factor authentication. I'm just curious for which systems of ours. Do we know? Okay, thank you. That's for me.
No, thank you. All members have received copies of the minutes of our executive session of October 28th, 2024. May I have a motion to put that on the floor for consideration?
Motion.
Motion made by Mr. Sparta. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Are there any questions? I'm sorry, additions or deletions? Comment on these? If not, I'll ask for a roll call vote, please.
Member Bucieri,
Yes.
Councilmember Benedetto,
Abstain.
Higgins,
Yeah.
Councilmember Sparta,
Yes.
Council President Rizzuto.
Yes,
Motion carries.
all members have received copies of the minutes of our regular meeting of October 28th, 2024. May I have a motion to place these minutes on the floor for consideration? Moved by Mr. Sparta. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Mr. Higgins. Any questions or comments on this, additions or deletions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda. You have any desire to have any of the resolutions separated and voted on separately, please advise me at the end of the reading of the agenda's notices. Resolution 24-280, appointment of the business administrator. The employment contract is going to be withdrawn. It was placed on the agenda from a tabling at our previous meeting. We'll place this on a future date. Resolution 24-287, an appointment of Office of Emergency Management Coordinator Keith W. Clark. Resolution 24-288, appointment of Office of Emergency Management Deputy Coordinator Daniel B. Young. Resolution 24-289, appointment of the Office of Emergency Management Deputy Coordinator Ken Kiefer. Resolution 24-290, resolution of the Township of Vernon, County of Sussex, State of New Jersey, awarding bid number 10-2024 air filling station bid. Resolution 24-291, transfer resolution, balance transferred. Resolution 24-292, temporary budget, debt service. Resolution 24-293, a resolution amending resolution number 24-252 for award of contract to vendor with National Cooperative Contracts, HGACBUY. Resolution 24-294, refund overpayment, block 257, lot 15, wheat. Resolution 24-295, refund for totally disabled veteran, block 73, lot 4, Williams. Resolution 24-296, block 73, lot 4, Williams, canceling taxes for total disabled veteran. Resolution 24-297, block 73, lot 4, Williams, canceling taxes for total disabled veteran. Resolution 24-298, a resolution requesting authorization to purchase 5 cardiac science automatic externally defibrillators, AEDs, from the Newton Medical Center Foundation. Resolution 24-299, resolution authorizing the award of CC number 9-2024 financial advisory and management consulting services, LoSAP program through the competitive contracting process. Resolution 24-300, resolution accepting bid of Hunter Truck Sales for 2023 Kenworth T880 or equivalent bid 11-2024. Resolution 24-301, authorizing the agreement with County of Sussex Department of Human Services, Division of Social Services for transportation services for senior citizens and people with disabilities who reside in Vernon Township for the year 2025 in the amount of $50,000 per year. Resolution 24-302, approving active volunteer firefighter for membership in the New Jersey State Firefighters Association, FUCI. Resolution 24-303, approving a solicitor's permit, Archtop Fiber. Resolution 24-304, approving a solicitor's permit, WVT Fiber. Resolution 24-305, resolution authorizing leasing certain vehicles for the Department of Fire Prevention through Sourcewell National Cooperative number 060618-EFM through Enterprise Fleet Management Services Incorporated. Quote number 84/5/2213, 1 Vermilion Red. Resolution 24/306, authorizing the collective bargaining agreement with UAW Local 23/26 and Vernon Township. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I was going to pull three of them out for questions.
Go ahead, which ones?
24,299,
24-299,
24,301,
301,
and 24,306.
24-306. Are there any others?
I don't want to pull, I do have a question about one.
Okay,
Can I ask a question once, make a motion and put it on the floor, right?
Okay.
yep. Seeing no one, may I have a motion to place these on the floor?
Moved,
I'm sorry,
moved.
moved by Mrs. Di Benedetto.
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Pucciari. Questions, comments?
I had a question about 24,303, the solicitor's permit, Arch Top Fiber. When are they allowed to start soliciting? Is it once we approve or once they pay for the app?
These two solicitors permits will be for 2025. So they'll start like January 1st because they're a yearly permit. So, but
they
they
already
will
have-
be able to start that.
And if they've started already,
Before?
Oh, well, I haven't, if they've started already, yeah, I mean, that would be a phone call to the town. They shouldn't.
they did.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
March top?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll let them know it was a bid.
Yeah. Wag your finger at them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say something. In that case, I don't have to issue the permit. So.
Yeah,
I'll speak to, I'll speak to Mayor and Chief of Police tomorrow and see what they want to do. I haven't received any other phone calls or complaints,
yeah.
so.
Okay. Roll call.
Member Bucieri,
Yes.
Councilmember Di Benedetto.
Yes.
Councilmember Higgins.
Yes.
Councilmember Sparta.
Yes.
Council President Rizzuto.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 24-299, a resolution authorizing the award of CC number 9-2024 Financial Advisory and Management Consulting Services LoSAP Program Competitive Contracting Process. May I have a motion to place this on the floor for consideration?
Move.
Moved by Mr. Hill,
Second.
seconded by Mrs. Bucieri. Yes, sir.
So the question is probably Danell, what, is this over and above what we approved in the budget for LoSAP, $80,000? It's just an explanation of what these consulting services are.
The competitive contracting process for this is actually to manage those accounts for them, so we do not have to pay them. The only payment we make is for the actual volunteers.
It's for managing, I didn't understand.
Managing their individual investment accounts. So that's not, we're not paying for that. We only put the contribution in for the volunteers.
Oh, okay. And they're paying.
In order to do that, because because the township makes the payment to them for the volunteers, we have to use the contracting process to choose that.
Okay,
And Lincoln, just to let you know, Lincoln does the majority of the state LoSAP programs.
right. Any update on how LoSAP's going in terms of number of people, improvements? Are we gonna get an update from both
We would not have numbers until next year, for this year's.
Oh, okay.
total number? So I guess we'll put that on the agenda because we were talking about it, giving them a year to see if they generated more members, what the cost is and what help they need from us to keep the program going.
Thank you.
Okay.
I do know that the fire department, I believe, had think, the most amount of members joined, this year.
Great. Good.
Maybe
Any other questions?
in public comments, maybe the commissioner will maybe talk about it, so.
Any other comments, questions? No, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bouchier,
Yes.
Councilmember Di Benedetto,
Yes.
Councilmember Higgins.
Yes.
Councilmember Scarnett,
Yes.
Council President Rizzuto.
Yes.
Carries.
Resolution authorizing an agreement with the County of Sussex Department of Human Services, Division of Social Services for transportation services for senior citizens and people with disabilities who reside in Vernon Township for the year 2025 in the amount of $50,000 per year. May I have a motion? Place this on the floor.
Moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Higgins, seconded by Mrs. Bucieri.
Just a simple question. What's the difference between this year and that last year? Is it the same amount? Is it more?
Same contract there.
The same contract? No change? Okay, that's the easy one.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
Councilmember Di Benedetto.
Yes.
Councilmember Higgins.
Yes.
Member Sparta.
Yes.
Yes. Resolution 24-306, authorizing the collective bargaining agreement. with United Auto Workers, local number 2326 and Vernon Township. May I have this motion, a resolution, placed on the floor for consideration?
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Higgins. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Bucieri. Mr. Higgins?
Yes, Donnell, we've gotten back up on the negotiations and the details of it. So my question is, what's the cost to the township per year for the duration of the contract?
Well, it varies per year, so it goes from 1.6 million to 1.9 million.
So the increase is 1.6, or it's going from 1.6 to,
That would be the total cost of the salaries.
so the increase would be $300,000, going from 1.6 to 1.9,
5-year period, yeah.
5. So the total cost divided by 5 is only $60,000 a year. And with no other surprises in there that,
Everything, every change to the contracts in the MOU.
Okay. Even that includes the step changes, because there's some significant changes. People are going from step 0 to step 3. They're going from 1 to 6, which create level 1 and
I think you're talking about level 1.
level 2.
Steps 1 through 5. So the township decided to use a starting salary of about $40,000. That's what a level 1, step 6 is right now, essentially. That is an entry level, no experience position. In the state of New Jersey, the average for an entry level experience, no experience position for administrative assistant work is anywhere from 42 to 44,000. So it shows 40.
Okay. And it's a 4-year contract, you're saying? 5-year contract? Are there any openings in any of those positions right now?
Are there any opening, not union covered positions? No.
Okay, so they're all covered. Have you lost any people in those positions?
There's turnover, and just based on the years of service that we have for the employees that are currently under the contract, we're looking anywhere from 4 to 6 people, reaching retirement age and retirement eligibility, that I'm anticipating over the next 5 years over the course of the contract, so that would open up.
Okay. Another question that doesn't have to do with this, has the one on the DPW that we approved a couple months ago. Do you have a total cost to the township
Excuse me,
on that one?
Can we hold that?
Okay,
Stay with this?
that's a different subject.
Thank you.
No, you answer my questions.
Are there any other questions?
I guess I just had a question. So we're doing this to stay competitive, but it seems like all the recs are filled. So we don't have trouble finding people, right?
We don't have any open positions.
Right. So the retention's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say right now the retention is good. Yeah. Concern for the township is over the next 5 years when we see that those retirements come.
But we're also we're gonna break it during that time.
Exactly.
So your 1.6 to 1.9 is assuming all,
That they're staying,
all staff stays, so.
kind of like a worst case.
Councilmember Bucieri?
Yes.
Councilmember Di Benedetto?
Yes.
Member Higgins?
Yes.
Member Sparta?
Yes.
Council President Rizzuto?
Yes. Moving to adoption of ordinance, public hearing. An ordinance 24-16, an ordinance of the mayor and the council of the township of Vernon, the county of Sussex, state of New Jersey, providing for the municipal consent of the township for Veolia Water, New Jersey Incorporated, to provide water service to certain properties identified on exit A annexed here to in the township of Vernon, and for the laying of pipes, the installation of other utility facilities as may be required. May I have a motion to open this up to the public?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Mrs. Bucieri. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Higgins. The floor is open for public comment on this, for the adoption of this ordinance. If anyone has any questions, come forward and please raise them or make your comment to the council. Seeing no one coming forward, I ask for a motion to close to the public.
So
Moved by
Second.
Mrs. Sparta, seconded by Mrs. Bucieri. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion closed. May I have a motion to place ordinance 24-16 on the floor for consideration?
I'll make that motion. Oh,
Motion made by,
no, I'm not gonna make that motion. Sorry.
is there a second?
I'll make the motion.
Motion,
I have to abstain.
certainly, I understand. Ordinance 24-16, motion made for passage made by Mr. Sparta. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Di Benedetto. Do you have any questions or comments on this?
No.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bucieri?
Abstain.
Benedetto?
Yes.
Councilmember Higgins?
Yes.
Councilmember Sparta?
Yes.
Council President Rizzuto?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Just as a quick aside, that's we're Mrs. Wright. We're putting this on the agenda. It's passed now as an ordinance. When do we start making holes in the ground?
So Veolia has actually already started preliminary work, for the third well. So what will be happening is installing drilling a third well, just up past like Mountain Creek South side.
Okay.
So they will start that. And then they'll also have to do some hydraulic calculations way beyond what I understand, to determine what type of loop piping they need to put in and what type of pressurization they need to reach in order to bring additional water into town center. So the only pipe that's really getting laid is that loop piping to
Okay,
bring in the pressure to town center, and then we should be good. All funds have to be expended by the end of 2026.
thank you.
So that well will be down by south and then coming all the way up to 94?
Yeah, it's up on the mountain, so it provides obviously gravity fed.
Okay.
It's currently being held, so the issue with the amount of pressurization right now is that it wouldn't hold for fire suppression.
Oh, okay.
Public comment? Oh, I'm sorry.
You're right.
Public comment, may I have a motion to open the floor to the public for 5 minutes on any subject. Moved by Mr. Higgins. Is there a second?
Second?
Seconded by Mrs. Di Benedetto. Anyone wishes to come before the council to speak on any subject, please do so.
Good evening, John Passion
Up here.
This,
She just get,
Vernon Township Fire Commissioner. You spoke about the LoSAP program that was voted by the citizens last year. So far, everything seems to be on track. I don't have any complaints that it's gonna go over or under. Program is working well, at least in my company in Pochuck, and what I see on the fire scenes. We're getting more members than ever out at calls. We're still getting more calls. I think we might come close to breaking 500 calls this year. We've also, I think we must have put through about 15 new members, at least out of the fire academy. So we're getting young guys joining. Some of the older guys are coming out more to support them, as well as getting their LoSAP points. And once again, I appreciate your support and have a good holiday.
good, thank you.
one question. Sure. When we bring on new members, do we bring them on for a new specific house, or are they?
Majority of the members join the closest fire department to the residents. I think Highland Lakes is the only one left that you have to live within the bounds in Highland Lakes to join.
Okay,
Otherwise, you just have to be a resident of the township of Vernon.
all right, thank you.
No problem.
Anyone else wishing to come address the council? Okay. May I have a motion to close the floor to the public?
Moved.
Second.
Sparta? Seconded
Yep, second.
by Mrs. Bucieri. In favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. Council comments.
Janelle, I'll follow up on the question you answered for the current contract, going back to the DPW contract. Probably an unfair question. You might not have those answers. What was the cost of that contract?
I need to get you those answers. I don't have them here on my laptop.
Okay, yeah, I'd appreciate it when you can. Thank you.
Mrs. Benedetto,
I have no comments.
Mr. Sparta.
You know, we got to witness here a lot of people who received civilian appreciation tonight. You know, in a time where nobody wants to get involved in anything, especially some of the things that we heard here tonight about an amputation and some other gruesome things. You know, there are still a lot of good people in this world and a lot of great people in this town. And I just appreciate the mayor and Chief Young taking the time to recognize all the good things that happen in this town. Because there are a lot of great things that happen by great people. And too often I was talking to Mr. DeYoung before, I served many years on the Board of Education with, and we were talking about the news and how the news is so depressing to watch anymore. People getting shot and stabbed and this and that and everything else. To spend a half hour here to recognize the good that happens in this town is time well spent, and we should do more of it. Thank you very much.
So again, thank you, Sergeant Russo, for bringing, for reporting this to us. And any member of the emergency service, police department, these acts of valor, just bring it to our attention. We want to recognize these people. You know, I grew up in New York City, as many of you may or may not know, and we kind of reminded me of the Goodfellas scene, you know, where the guy's shot and he's got, you know, guy grabs all the aprons and it's like, you wasted 8 aprons on that guy, you know, it's like, it's kind of like where I kind of grew up, and it's so to come to Vernon and just see the people who are just, you know, just doing so many acts of great stuff. It's another world, and it's so great to be part of it. And it's a great honor to be able to acknowledge these people. So kudos to them, and again, thanks to those guys. So I apologize.
No problem. Thank you. Mrs. Bucieri.
Well, since this is our last meeting, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, enjoy the rest of December. Looks like it's going to be a good snow season. Mountain Creek is open already. This time last year they were not. It rained, like I think all of winter. So I hope Mountain Creek has a great season. And I enjoy serving with each and every one of you. And I just want to wish.
Hi, Natalie.
I do. Some days less, maybe. I do. And Wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and hope you have make some great memories with your family and, I'll be thinking about all of you.
And finally, one last thing, sorry, the Hometown Heroes Program, we just launched that. So if you're a veteran, or know someone's a veteran, please go to the website and support those veterans, acknowledge those veterans and
I will fill mine out. I haven't done it yet, but I was on my list.
looking forward to those banners. Springtime, I guess, we'll get those out once.
Pat, one more comment if I can. I tuned into the mayor's podcast with Christian Umansky. I thought the information that I got out of it was the best yet. She's very good at clearly defining the questions, the answers, and putting it in perspective. And she did a good job with that. So it was a good thought to do it. And I guess now that assessment letters are out, I haven't gotten mine yet. Around town again.
If people have questions about the assessment, please do not get your information on Facebook. Please contact her assessor's office. She's more than welcome to we have a phone call. Be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about the assessment and your assessment and the program and so on and so forth.
I got 5 calls today. 3 good, 2 bad. 2 went up quite a
that's
bit
the
and the
thing.
other 3 actually went down a little bit. So I don't know what to make of it. I'll let you know how I do and then I'll be knocking on your door.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was wonderful to see the turnout to recognize and give testimony to people that were here and that perform these voluntary acts of service to help an injured resident. And what took place brings me back to comments that Mr. Sparta made about Vernon being a caring town. I don't know how far back it was. Some of you may not have been here. I think the gentleman to my right is somebody that was probably still in school. But we had a very critical situation back when one of our residents needed a transplant. And the township, went all out in providing funds for that person to meet the financial requirements. And not only that, but the simple requirements of meals for the family because that person was so sick. The simple requirement of having somebody accompany that person to Pittsburgh where the transplant was done. The simple requirement of having somebody sit with that person during the period following the transplant, giving them assistance and aid. So this is certainly not new to Vernon, but it's certainly nice to see. I think we have situations now where, if you all remember the name Kitty Genovese, where the poor girl was calling for help and no one chose to help her. And I think she was killed at that time. And here we have a situation where people are helping, accidents off the road. So many people might be willing to just bypass the situation, to continue down the road and maybe just call it in and let the police take care of it. But this is something that's really, really nice and it makes you proud to be a resident of Vernon. And I think perhaps it's one of the reasons why I've been involved so long with the township. And also, I would like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I think that these are the happiest times of the year. Certainly when I was down with the mayor at the tree lighting, the kids were having a wonderful time. Mrs. Di Benedetto down there with her son. And They looked like they were having a very nice time as well. And he looked like he was having a good time too, going up to sit with Santa Claus.
It was his first time not crying for Santa. I was so happy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Was the Santa?
because it wasn't Brad. No, he wasn't.
Last year,
Last year, okay.
Sorry.
lost too much weight. They didn't ask me.
Well, that's a good problem.
Yeah.
So again, I just wanted to wish the township a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to my fellow council and councilwoman. I want to thank you for the cooperation and the help and the dedication and time you've given to the township. While we may not always agree, I think we all look at it from a perspective that means we feel this might be better for the township. That's why there are 5 of us, not just
Mhm.
one, because the perspectives do change.
Yep.
And so enjoy the holiday. If anything comes up, I will try and get a hold of you. I will try and avoid calling an emergency meeting. But 30 days is pretty good, so let's keep our fingers crossed and have a good time. And just to go back a little bit further, it was a time when I was on the board, when I would have my fellow, and I was board president, I would have all 9 people over to my home along with the administrators. And we always had a nice time drinking eggnog and soft drinks. And that's about where we left it most of the time. But then, of course, the state felt that we were not to be trusted with loose lips because they could sometimes sink ships. So we now can only do it if it's done for the public, and I can't afford that. All of you have a very nice time and a very, very big thank you to our staff, our administration, certainly our clerk, chief financial officer. You do outstanding work. I makes me so happy and so much more confident to face the public, knowing that the information that you've given me gives me something that I can use to support a particular position that's favorable to the town or any one of its employees or residents. Thank you so much, and I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Moved.
Move by
Second.
Mrs. Sparta, seconded by Mrs. Bucieri.
Yep.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, y'all. My son,
On the road again.
my favorite part of the meeting.
By the way, guys, if anything
It's
comes up,
definitely
70. Oh.
81. You can do it. I had Terry House observe it. At least I could do it next
The
time.
guy you guys want to talk to.
For you.
No, but
Over.
if anything comes up regarding. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I will call you individually
Okay.
to bring you up to date.
okay.
I share your concern.
Oh, that thing, that's
The only thing I.
tomorrow.
yes.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Your Marcy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go here.
I'm
Well, Merry Christmas.
have to live.
See you in the new year, Mac.
I'm hoping that.
And honestly, it's.
It's solid. It's solid.
It is, yeah.
You know, on Facebook.
And you know what? Nothing. Jeff's had many opportunities.
Okay.
Can you give
GOP. Oh, no.
giving Tina her little gift?
He's a big fan of
Stop
mine.
that.
Deal with.
Nothing.
Long story, but we don't.
That's right. Christmas.
And, I think the Vernon,
Where did he go?
he never got off the ground, and then that
Yeah, no.
cat
Oh, yeah, he smoked.
and Rob
Oh,
is in our private chat.
Have a good night.
Oh, I was just.
Good night.
Good night.
okay. Yeah, I
Exactly.
said I wanted you to make a phone call. I don't have to run to the men's room.
Oh, no, I'm not going.
I got a table. So just have a seat on my table. Okay.
Okay. So did you sell your house yet?
About that.
Yeah.
Um,
You did? Oh, awesome. Okay, that went quick.
No,
I feel like
I just feel
the
like,
other guy backed out.
no.